Hello everyone and welcome to MTGCrown's first ever standard deck tech video, and it is presented by me, James. We aim to try and deliver standard deck techs once a week for the foreseeable future. Today we're going to look at a relatively unknown deck, which is Izzet Aggro. Izzet Aggro has come about via the release of Over the Gatewatch with one specific card, Stormchaser Mage. So, Izzet is a deck which intends to use Prowess Triggers and pump spells to do as much damage to the opponent as quickly as possible. So let's now look piece by piece through the deck. We're going to start our deck off with a playset of Monash Swiftspear. So for 1 red we have a Hasty Prowess 1-2. Ideally we can play this on turn 1 and get that early damage in, and a few turns later we can pump Monash Swiftspear to deal the critical damage. Our turn 2 play, ideally, would be a Stormchaser Mage. However, you see now that we have a blue requirement as well as a red. Stormchaser Mage is a 1-3 flying, hazed and prowess. One good thing as well is because it's flying, it adds early game evasion in, so we can get that extra damage in. Our final prowess creature is Abbot of Carroll Keep. So Abbot of Carroll Keep, on the face of it, is a 2-1 with prowess, which is already quite good. But later in the game when we cast it, we can exile the top card of our library, and until the end of that turn we can play that card. What this means is later on, when we have, say, 4 lands out, and we're looking for a bit of extra steam for our deck, we can play a bit of Carroll Keep and virtually draw a card. So there are our main prowess triggers in our deck. We move on to our other creatures. So these creatures serve 2 roles. So let's look at Jorien Ruin Diver. So this is another card from Over the Gatewatch, and it states that whenever you cast your second spell each turn, draw a card. So why is this useful to us? Well, standard aggro decks often run out of cards very quickly. When we play Jorien, it means when we pump or double pump our creatures, we can draw a card, allowing us to go slightly longer. It also has a 2-3 body, which is always also useful when attacking into pump. We also play 3 copies of Zergo Bellstriker, so we're playing this as just a 2-2 for 1, it's a value creature really. We're not bothered about the fact they can't block creatures power 2 or greater. Its dash ability is also good because if your opponent has an open field, we can dash Zergo Bellstriker in and pump it for the win. So that sums up our creatures. We have in total 18 creatures. So now let's talk about the rest of the deck. So first let's look at our pump spells. So this is a fairly standard list, however Brute Strength is new. So Titan Strength is +3/+1 for a single red and the Scry one. So the Scry one is incredibly important as it allows us to help filter our deck for cards we don't want later on. Team of Battle Rage, you know there's only 3 copies of Team of Battle Rage, gives a creature double strike. And if we have a creature of power 4 or greater, it will get trample as well. So this card on its own is okay, but when we combine this with a card like Titan Strength on one of our creatures that gains prowess, we can do something like 12 damage through with 1 card, making this combination of spells very, very powerful. We also play 3 copies of Brute Strength with +3/+1. However, this gives our creature trample. So what it means is that we can pump a creature up and get through them annoying 1/1 blockers, which would usually slow us down. So see, these are all red mana dependent, and these are our pump spells for our deck. We can now look at the rest of the non-creature spells. So we have a playset of Wild Slash. So this provides 2 functions. One is to get rid of early blockers, which can be very annoying for us. It can also be used as well to deal 2 damage to the face, which is very good as well. Bear in mind as well that this also triggers prowess. We also have a playset of Dispel, because when we're attacking with a creature, which we've just pumped up, the worst thing in the world is for your opponent to suddenly remove it. So Dispel gives us that insurance policy. As well, when your opponent tries to remove one of your creatures and you play Dispel, you also get a Prowess trigger, which is fantastic. We also play a play set of Slip Through Space. This was originally only 3 of in my deck, and I moved up to 4 of. The fact that a target creature can't be blocked is okay on its own. However, it gives a creature a Prowess trigger as well, which is a nice boost. What is fantastic is to draw a card from it. So you activate a Prowess trigger, something can't be blocked, and you get to draw a card which replaces it. What is even better is when you play this in combination with, say, Jury N out as well. So you might be able to, from a combination, say, a Slip Through Space, a Team of Battle Rage, and something else, you'll be able to draw 2 or 3 cards, which just gives this deck the longevity. So let's have a quick look at the land base. we're going to play 8 non-basic lands, and that's 4 copies of Shivan Reef and 4 copies of Evolving Wilds. The Evolving Wilds is a bit of a strange one. The reason we have Evolving Wilds and not some other tap land is that we ideally would like to be running less lands. We're running 20 in total. But because the colour fixing isn't fantastic for blue-red at the moment, we have to run a playset of Evolving Wilds to help fit our deck. Finally, we've just got 4 islands and 8 mountains. Sideboard-wise, I would really say that that is completely dependent on your local meta. I usually sideboard in a couple of copies of Negate and a couple of other counter spells, as well as some other big burn. It's also useful to be able to go wide as well. This deck is at the moment a very cheap standard deck which will win you a few games at your FNM. My name is James. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you like these videos. If you'd like to see any other standard deck techs in the future, please leave a comment down below, and thanks very much.